This video is not suitable for audiences under 13 years of age.
Kill. Double kill. Triple kill. Rampage. Godlike.
Hello everyone, Mixfant Gaming here. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're taking a look at some more test server action. This weekend's test server, there's quite a few still rebalancing. There's buffs to the Ravana. I'm not going to go through the whole long list. It's pretty much the same as last weekend. I don't have exact any specifications, so it's kind of hard to compare last weekend's test server to this weekend's test server. But anyways, the main focus of this test server is the new Titan called the Nodens. So if we go in here, so it's called Nodens, and it is a hovering bot or hovering Titan that does healing to multiple teammates and can suppress multiple enemies, and also has an area of effect. It's honestly, it's all kind of a bit confusing. So here are the specifications in here. So it actually has two abilities. It has the ability to link to allies and gradually repairs both the allies' durability as well as the Nodens' own durability. With each simultaneous link to allies, and you can have up to 3 of them, you get actually increased defense points for the Titan. The cooldown is 10 seconds, and I believe the duration is also 10 seconds. It doesn't say here. It says max 3 charges, so that means you can link up to 3 ally teammates at one point in time. The second ability is called the Disposal. The Titan can apply suppression on target enemies, and it says as well as other enemies in range of the ability. So the damage output of the effective robot is lowered by 50% for its suppression, and the ability also deals 5,000 damage to effective robots. Now the duration is 7 seconds for the suppression itself, although I heard some people say it's actually 10 seconds, so I'm not sure the exact number. The cooldown is 10 seconds, and the effect radius is 75 meters, and the distance is 600 meters. So this is where, to me, it got a little confusing. So the Nodens has an area of effect. So wherever it is, it kind of puts out a little bit, almost like a blast wave sort of thing, like the Arthur does. But any enemies within that 75 meters can get suppressed. But it can also target suppression for up to 600 meters away using its ability. Now, I saw some footage already, and it seemed like some people were targeting multiple enemies at a distance in one single shot. So I'm not sure if the suppression is only towards one enemy, or if the suppression is kind of like a shock train, where it bounces from enemy to enemy within a certain radius of range, and therefore in one single shot can suppress more than one enemy at a distance. So I'm not quite sure how it's really supposed to work, but we'll see if we can somehow determine that in some gameplay. But like I said, it has 2 abilities, so you have to. There's going to be a mechanism to target allies as well as a mechanism to target enemies. And we all know the targeting system on the game pretty much sucks. So we'll see how well that works. So with that being said, we're going to jump into a game here, and we're going to see how it runs. They pretty much gave us a standard hanger to start. I modified it a little bit. It came with the Ravana. There was a Pulsar Spectre, and I replaced it with Leech running Pulsars. I threw in the Tier. I kept the Aojun, and I threw in the Loki instead of the Phantom. Mainly just because if we run into a Beacon Rush game, there's always that 1 or 2 players that run Lokis either halfway through or at the end and just trying to troll and not actually testing. So my Loki is actually equipped with Quantum Radar, so I'll see if I can actually maybe take those out. I'm not going to be one of those players where I'm going to run around and just try to grab beacons all over the place and just troll. I want to actually do some testing. But that's just mainly to counteract those other Lokis that are running out there, if I possibly can. So with that being said, let's jump into some action, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Alright, match has started. What do we have? We have the factory map. Awesome. Alright, so, you know what? Let's start with the Leech, with the Pulsars. It's a Beacon Rush match. Let's see if we can't grab a beacon here to start. And so they've added some color to the map, which is good. And they definitely made the lava, whatever it is, a lot clearer to determine. So let's leech onto this guy here. Let's do some damage at range. Watch myself there. Oh crap, who's hitting me? Damn. Stupid behemoth up there. At least I think that was a behemoth. Crap. Trying to save my last stand here. Did I get this guy at range? There we go, got a kill. Let's try to reach this guy too. Reach this guy. Just make him think twice. I have my pulsars ready. I haven't lost my last stand yet, which is good. That behemoth though back there is really going to be a pain in the butt. And stay out of the range here, and then if I go out here, and then I leech, and maybe that behemoth guy will hit me. I'll take this guy out. Alright, so I think somebody just took out that behemoth up there, which is awesome. Ooh, somebody's running shock trains. Alright, so where can we go? This is turning more into almost a, oh, don't want to go into that lava. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, there's a guy over here. So we can leech onto him. Trying to get to my Titan as quickly as I can. He's running away. So we get that guy back there. There we go. And we almost have my Titan, which is awesome. And we have the Ravana coming in, or the Ravana. I think it's really pronounced Ravana, but I know a lot of people say Ravana. Very subtle differences, and I don't think anybody will ever be fully. So at least I just saw there that the pulsars seem to be acting like they should be. Like they say they're supposed to on like the Halo and the Corona now work. Last weekend's test server, the pulsars and shredders were still, come on, get in my way. We're still instant lock-ons, or lockdowns, I should say, not lock-ons, lockdowns. Try to hit this Fenrir from back here. I'll leech on him. My pulsars are reloaded, and okay, he got taken out. Oh crap, I thought my ability was going to last longer. Okay, so we're going to go here. We're going to load up the load, and so tag onto my teammates here. And I think you're supposed to be able to suppress. Yeah, you can suppress through obstacles. Let's load up to him. And let's connect to him. And let's start shooting something here instead of just suppress him if I can. He's behind that structure. Look at that damage go off, although he's gone behind another structure. So who can I heal? Okay, I'll connect to him, connect to him. And why not? We'll connect to him too. And we need to do some damage. Now this map I don't think is actually very good for something like the Nodens. It's just there seems to be, suppress him. He didn't get suppressed. Why is he not suppressed? It's not like it's a projectile that's going through. So I'm not sure. I'm trying to change target to this guy over here. and suppress him. See, there's a lot of stuff you have to do for this Nodens. Link onto him. Suppress him. And let's link onto my teammate there. Try to see if I can get linked onto this teammate up here too. And see if I can suppress him. See, he didn't get suppressed. Like, can you not suppress other Titans? I'm not sure. In theory, you should be able to suppress. See, that guy just got suppressed, I think. Oh, he went into his, it was the Ravana that went into... Come on, get out of my way. I'm trying to get up here. And what else do we have here? We have an Auja running around up here. The game is going to be over pretty quickly. I wish my team wasn't too worried about getting beacons. So suppress him. He went to use his phase shift. Heal this guy. Heal this guy. Go in and suppress this guy. Oh, he's not suppressed. He's dead anyways, though. And see, going up ramps and stuff like this, their Nodens is actually quite slow. It actually goes relatively quickly for a Titan, but I find going up ramps, especially, it's not very good. One of the downfalls about these weapons is you have to lock on. And look at how many like Nodens we have on the field here. Like this Titan is actually going to be pretty devastating, I think, if things don't change. Like these Cyclone weapons, I know I didn't do a very good job showing it, but they are absolutely insane. They really are. Like compared to any other beta weapon, it's absolutely phenomenal how much damage these things put out. So Pixonic, if you happen to listen to this, or I'm sure a lot of the other YouTubers will put in the same feedback, the Cyclones really need to be dialed back quite a bit, and possibly even the Cataclysms. Generally speaking, the heavier version of the weapons are more powerful, and if the Cyclones are this powerful, the Cataclysm, I think, probably needs to be dialed back a little bit too. But definitely these Cyclones. And the fact that this bot can heal 3 teammates, and during that heal, get resistance, and also suppress enemies at range. If there was a problem with the Ares train, imagine a problem with a Nodens train. Like seriously, like 3 Nodens, for instance, healing up 3 Almings with the Plasma Dragoon weapons. Like, Pixonic, you really need to do, actually, you need to scrap what you're doing right now and go back to the drawing board with Titans, because you've gone completely overboard. The 600-meter Almings are a huge issue in the game. You seem to refuse to do anything about it, and it's absolutely, in my opinion, disgusting behavior. And I know people have spent money on them, but there's a point in time where you have to admit to yourself that things have gone way too far, and they need to be dialed back. There is no true counter to them. You keep nerfing everything that can possibly actually help counter something like that, and then you throw it something like this. It's a support Titan that, while it doesn't have as much HP and can't basically absorb as much damage as, say, a Titan with its massive shields, the fact that you could have 2 or 3 of these in a squad linked up together, and another 2 or 3 Almings running the plasma weapons, that is a completely unstoppable force. Like, what's the point of us even running regular bots anymore if you're throwing this crap out with Titans? I'm sorry, but the Titans have gotten way too powerful, way too quickly, and are completely dominating the game and breaking the game, in my opinion. And I know there are some people out there who are now just refusing to run Titans because it's boring, it's not fun, and it's not fun to get clobbered by them, and it's not fun for some people anyways to just completely walk over and seal club people, because that's exactly what it is. You have maxed out players with maxed out Titans seal clubbing other maxed out players just because they don't have a max Titan. Like you really have to do a much better job balancing your game, and I'm actually extremely concerned with this Nodens coming into play and how it's going to be used with other Titans and bots, specifically the use of it with other Titans, with other Nodens, with other Almings, with other Arthurs. No, it's something really needs to be done. It needs to be done now before this game just goes way too far beyond the point of no return. Anyways, those are my thoughts. As for the other nerfs and balances, I didn't get a chance to test the Ao Jun in detail. I really hope they revert those changes because, to me, the nerfs to the Ao Jun are not warranted. Not in this meta of huge, big-ass, powerful Titans. You need to have some things for people who can't get this platinum to max these things out to help counteract Titans. Everything should have a weakness, and it should not be the mandate that the only counter to a Titan is another Titan. You should be able to take down Titans with some decent teamwork and gameplay with regular bots. And if you nerf things to the ground for such items like the Avengers, the Ao Juns that can actually get in with stealth, if you even decide to bring the quantum radar crap to Titans, you've just basically broken countering Titans at all completely. You know what? So really go back and rethink things. Honestly, Pixonic, because the game now, in my point in time and view, is at a tipping point. You go any further, you're just going to have people either leave the game, get so frustrated. I'm sure I've read social media. I know there are a lot of people who are unhappy. I'm sure you're getting feedback in the game that people aren't happy. Well, at some point, you've got to start listening to your players, or it's just going to be too little, too late when you finally do. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. And until next time, cause some mayhem in the field for me.